Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Hearthstone, and we're going to do a bit of Tavern Brawl this time around. And this is a new Tavern Brawl that just popped up. I haven't played it at all, but it's called the Mass Ball. And essentially, what's going on here is that whenever a minion dies, apparently this is a costume ball. The disguise was revealed, and it shows that it's a different random minion that costs 2 less and ready for another fight. And I'm not exactly sure, sometimes it's a little hard to figure out exactly how the mechanics work until you see them. That could mean it goes into your hand or it stays on the board. That I'm not exactly sure. So what I did is I just kind of did a kind of modification of the taunt deck that I usually play with and really like. So what I have in this is just a bunch of taunts, and then I have some spells in here, like fireballs, polymorphs, and what's the other spell I usually use? Frostbolt, that's right. And Frostbolts kind of clear out the board, but this is definitely a little bit different than what I normally play as. We'll see how it works. I don't know how well it will do. Let's see. Now, the Tavern Brawl just opened up, so I'm not sure if there's anyone else in here yet. I pretty much slapped this deck together really quickly. But I would imagine someone else has been able to do the same thing somewhere. It looks like we may have got somebody already. So we'll kind of have to see how this mechanic works. I'm thinking with the taunt deck, you lose a taunt, but you gain another minion. But
versus Valera.
at the same time, a lot of my minions aren't that high in cost value, so we'll have to see about that. Alright, this is not a very great starting hand. I'm thinking about keeping the polymorph so we have it in hand. But definitely I want to get rid of maybe these two cards. If you're new to my channel, I'm pretty new to Hearthstone, so I don't have a lot of cards. I'm
The pleasure is mine.
running with mostly basic cards. Okay, so we have a couple different plays here. I think I'm going to go with... well, this gives me two taunts, and might be actually better because it's a little stickier on the board. Let's try that. And then for each of the mirrors that dies, I technically get another minion, but it's 2 costs less. So what, would that go down to 0 cost? Hard to say. So we're kind of experimenting with this idea here, seeing what happens when a 1-cost minion, or technically a 0-cost minion, dies. Would I get another mirror? Would I get a wisp? Is it only 0-cost stuff? I mean, not sure exactly how this mechanic works. Let's go ahead and throw up another taunt, really annoy the piss out of this person. And we'll save the coin for now. Maybe we can go with a turn 4 Fen Creeper. We have a clear turn 3 move. So we'll have to see what happens. If she kills the mirror entity, we'll see what happens here. Ah! I'm just now noticing that only
So many options.
the Frostwolf Grunt had this death rattle on it, not the mirror entity or mirror image. So, clearly that's not the case. Okay, so we learned something a little bit here. We don't get a minion from that. We only get minions from something that actually, card-wise, costs something. So that's interesting to see. I wasn't exactly sure how this mechanic would work. So this might not be the best deck to play as. But it looks like even 2-cost minions have the death rattle. We'll have to see about the 1-cost minion and what it does. So maybe we can do that next turn. We'll do the Arcane Intellect and then our Gold Shower Footman here. A lot of this is just experimenting. Well, how does the Tavern Brawl work? You don't really know until you do it. Alright, so far, I'm probably really pissing off the rogue here. I can see she's not too sure what to do here. She. I mean, I'm saying she because the avatar for this character is a she, but you never really know. Could be a she from the name. Can't really tell. Okay. Taking quite a while for the turn here.
I wonder.
Alright, so a taunt of her own. I'm curious, what happens when we polymorph that? So I'm going to throw a polymorph down just to see what happens. Does that gain death rattle? No, it doesn't. Interesting. Alright, well, I think hit face in this situation. Okay, that was very interesting. Because the sheep itself doesn't cost anything, so it doesn't gain the death rattle.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Okay, starting to flood the board there. So we get a random 0 cost minion, because 2 less from 2 is 0. Alright, so we're kind of seeing how this plays out. Unfortunately, I don't have that many usable cards here. If she's going to flood the board, Flame Strike's a good turn 6 option, so let's go with Arcane Intellect, get some cards here. Okay, none of them are necessarily useful right now, but they will be in the future. Might as well kill one of the minions here, who also does not have a death rattle. And I don't think attacking in is necessarily the right option here. So I'm going to end my turn. And we can take advantage of the Flame Strike next time. Hopefully she continues to flood the board with things that the Flame Strike can take out. But we have to keep in mind the Death Rattle mechanic is going to, reflood the board with new minions. Although much cheaper, obviously. So we'll have to see how this mechanic plays out. This is very interesting. As, Tavern Brawls tend to be. Okay, so we gain a 1-cost minion. That's random. As did she. She gets a Clockwork Gnome, and we get a Web Spinner, which already has a Death Rattle. So we'll see how that works as well. Okay. Very interesting. And we gain nothing because that was a 0-cost minion. Okay, we've got big face hit, looks like. All right. I don't know if the board was flooded enough to justify a Flame Strike here. So what I'm going to do, kill here. See if we gain our Death Rattle. We did. Okay. So we've got Malorn, which might be a very interesting card to play. But I think what I need to do is I have a very full hand here. I need to play a few cards here. So, and we can take advantage of kind of this Death Rattle mechanic. So I think the more cards we play, the better off we are. And we don't have a 3 cost, so I'm thinking we'll just use the Fireball here so that this character dies regardless of what he does next turn.
Time runs out on me.
Alright. So again, flooding the board benefits us because, okay, again, 1-cost minions don't get the Death Rattle either. So it has to be at least 2-cost minion. Alright, so we've learned that.
Magic shall not save
Okay, got the silence down. Get rid of the taunt. This rogue is desperate to hit me in the face. Oh, and gets rid of the Death Rattle too. Interesting. This whole thing is very interesting to me.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Alright. Well, you buffed that up so it didn't die. I'm going to die anyway, though, because I'm going to Flame Strike everything here. Now, the question is it worth me running my bear into this, killing it, then doing the Flame Strike? Or doing the Flame Strike, then killing the minion? That's kind of interesting. But I don't think I really have a choice here. So
What to do? What to do?
I think it would be nicer to pip it then do the Flame Strike. But we'll do the Flame Strike. See what happens. Alright, so we got a Wisp and a Light Well. Okay. And this guy. So I think we're going to take out this minion and call it a turn. Fortunately, that heals the rogue there, but I don't think we had much choice there to do anything else. I think with the cards I have in my hand, it's kind of hard to do too much. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to play a couple cards next turn.
The might of Stormwind.
All right, so that's a threat. Wisp kills that. We don't get a death rattle, unfortunately. And then face. So I don't think we'll win, but we got to learn quite a bit about, you know, how this works and the mechanics behind it. So what I'm thinking here is I do either the Booty Bag Bodyguard or the Fen Creeper, and then I do another taunt on top of that with the coin. So that's what I'm going to do.
Get behind me.
Okay.
Magic detected.
Protect ourselves because we are getting beat up here. I don't know if I'll win. I didn't necessarily set up the deck to win. I more set it up just to see how this would work. So it looks like higher cost minions are going to be a little bit better of an idea. At least 2 cost minions. That way you take advantage of the death rattle. So that's good to see. Curious what he's going to do here.
Many options.
There's going to be 1 taunt up regardless. Well, not necessarily. You could use the weapon for that. I might just do this one gameplay. You know, this, as I said, is more about learning about how does the Tavern Brawl work. So we'll just do this one game as a demonstration. Also, this game's taken quite a long time because she's taken forever for her turns.
Choose soon.
As she hasn't even done anything with 9 mana and she's already out of time.
Going to be amazing.
Yeah, knives. Okay. That was kind of a waste, but it is what it is. Alright, so we got a 2 cost minion out of that. That's not that great, especially considering how you don't get the battle cries, which is interesting. Alright, I think the most efficient way to take care of this is we throw down a fireball here. We throw our Murloc here. Interesting. As much as I'd like to throw down another taunt, I don't think that's the best move here. I think doing this is the best move. And the Lightwell should heal itself, but definitely want to get rid of the Grim Patron, because that's not good to see. And you don't get multiple death rattles, it looks like. Once you get the 1 death rattle, that's pretty much it.
Out on me.
Okay. Okay, maybe not. I was hoping the Lightwell would heal itself, but... well, you get what you get. Alright, come on. Play cards. Alright, now you got a lot of cards, so it shouldn't be too hard to decide. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any of my low-cost cards, so I can't really do much of anything other than play 1 card. And I'm probably close to death here, honestly. Alright, we got another fireball, so we could technically combo here. But I don't know what... I mean, I think we kind of have to, just to save our own lives here, but... so it's going to be this and a 6-cost minion, I'm going to assume. So what we'll do... throw the fireball here. And do that. And then we get a 4-cost minion when that dies. If he doesn't kill this, then we kill the Lightwell. So we can kind of start working back to things, but still not an ideal situation. More than likely, I'm going to go with the Wind Fury Harpy next turn. Although Malorn's not a bad choice either.
The gates are open.
Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to see. See, that's the kind of thing I would have wanted to use the fireball on. Which is why I didn't like using it earlier.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Well, you buff that, but it's still going to die to me, so... It is what it is. Well, not if you do a card that kills me, though.
Choose
Like
soon.
a... Well, that doesn't do anything. You're just wasting cards, buddy. Alright, looks like we've got a combo here, so we kill the taunt. This guy's doing a fair job of wasting cards. Alright, so I think we got better card out of the deal, but... let's throw this down. And then throw this down. There we go. We're getting there. Back. That's the whole idea of the taunt deck, is even if things don't go your way, you can kind of crawl your way back, or I guess claw your way back, maybe. And we should be okay as far as... Alright. That was not a very good card. Happened to us, obviously. Pretty good for him, though. We're still okay, though, because there's a lot of trading that the other player has to do here. Like that. Obviously, now they can take care of the Wind Fury Harpy. But I can then clear out some of their board.
Choose soon.
Alright, so let's see how they play this out. Are they able to kill me? Well, maybe. Yeah. Or no. What was that about? I thought they were going for lethal there. Oh, so I get another death rattle. Interesting. Okay, so that didn't go all that well for me, but, Okay, let's get back into this, so let's kill that. Let's kill this. Okay, let's do this.
The gates are open.
Let's do this. And we're getting back into things.
Job's done.
Okay. Fortunately, the stupid light well's still there. We're going to have to deal with that soon. Alright, well that doesn't help.
Or die! Or both.
Another head crack here. As far as I know, 1 point shy of lethal. Well, you just killed it. Nice move.
Mistakes were made.
Yep. But I'm still in a lot of trouble. Now, she's used all the head cracks. So... I don't know. We'll be alright, I think. So... Let's get more than one taunt out here to be a little bit sure of things. Let's do that. And that. So, the person I'm playing clearly has some decent cards, but they don't necessarily have the experience to back it up, maybe. Okay. This might be it. Well, I mean, definitely she's got me.
Well played.
Alright, so that was a pretty interesting match. It kind of didn't go so well for me, but honestly, we learned a lot about how to set up a deck for this. Obviously, you're going to want to go with minions that are at least 2 cost, so that you're going to get the advantage of the death rattle. And then where you go from there is up to you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.